B&B Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Catering for all occasions.
Oh, plead my cause, oh Jah. I don't know Junex I represent for Linkage Radio. 104.5 FM. I deaf them.
Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, in association with Cargill Community Project, presents our annual free Community Day initiative and give back. To be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nerid Avenue, at the corner of Wickham and Nerid Avenues in the Bronx. On Saturday, June 11th, starting from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., featuring Minister Jabez, Kokodoo, Imani Tyson, and many more. We'll also be featuring 3 live bands, the Jenna Roots Band, Pete the Drummer and Drummer Squad, and Island Steel Band. A live broadcast on Future FM Radio 98.9 FM. Music by DJ Ray Ray from Royal Radio. Your MCs for the evening will be Lady D and Patrick Tyson. This event is sponsored by Cooler Runnings Restaurant, CJ Robbins Realestate.com, Corey's Eats Restaurant, Irie Dale, Chippy the Taxman, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, Express Forms and Documents, Bronxwood International Church of God, The Good Neighbors Community Outreach Agency, Sea Lounge, and Dirty Club. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project annual event. Make it a date, bring the entire family out. It's going to be great. See you there.
Whether you drive, sail, or fly, Westgate Resorts in Orlando, Florida hits the spot every time for your perfect getaway with family and friends. So why not give the Caribbean islands a break? Keep your money in your pocket, starting as low as $99. This 2-bedroom, 2-bath is spacious and has a picturesque lake view. Enjoy exquisite dining, the water park, and children's activities. Get rejuvenated. Book your trip today. Call now and save 1-800-610-0459. That's 1-800-610-0459 on account number 513-402-95073. Once again, 513-402-95073. Westgate Resorts. Thursday. Good evening to you. It is a beautiful day for us to dream and pray for blessing upon top of blessing or on top of blessing. Oops. I am Lady D. Denise Gomez, your producer and presenter of the most informative show called Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, and food security, and more, on Monday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Welcome to another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. It's a pleasure having you. Good evening. You know, I have my crystal ball. I'm able to close my eyes, and I can picture everyone who is listening. Yeah, listening. And those of you who are viewing me on my YouTube channel. Today's program is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. I'm broadcasting on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, Touch FM Radio 90.1, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and Inside the Zone on the YouTube channel. In this evening's program, I'll be featuring Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on with inspirational gospel music. Today's musical selections: Children Music Thursday, followed by the news, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. And in place of course, Male Zone today, Voices of a Survivor. I'll be playing a very short clip of the 2007 Virginia Tech shooting survivor. Her name is Christina Anderson, as she talks with youth and young adults about their experience. Hear the cries of our children: mass shooting in schools. We'll be talking about that. As you know, May is Child Month, and I'm wrapping up Child Month. The Balikchi brothers, Oliver and John, are wise beyond their years. Join me at 7:30 p.m. for an enlightening interview. I hope you pinched yourself and said, "Hey, I'm still here, Lady D." Yeah, I'm pinching myself. I'm wearing a beautiful canary yellow shirt today. Yep. Yeah, I kind of look nice today. I feel good about myself. I'd like to say hi to my special YouTubers who are always on time. Pat, and King Ryan. Greetings, King. 26 minutes after 6 o'clock. Are you ready to get your praise on with me in my gospel music segment, where I have to give my praise? You know, I'm a lady of praise. I might do general radio broadcast, but don't touch me when it comes on to my Lord and my praise, okay? Good evening, everyone. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. It's all about children this evening. The theme in the songs, the discussion, everything is centered around our children. Welcome. Are you ready? I like to ask. I'm ready. One of our legendary groups, the Staple Singers. This is Timeless.
bless the children. God bless the children, 'cause they can't stop what men do. And that's why, Lord, I call on you. They don't even know, they don't know how to sin. But these are troubled times that we're living in. Listen, when bombs fall, children will cry. And yes, Lord, some will die. And that's why I got to say, Lord, 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 Lord. God bless the children. God bless the children. Teach us how to love like never before. And may we never, never, never study war no more. Talk to the hearts of the men who lead us and make them understand right now, Lord, it's the children who lead us. I know, oh yes, I know it's not right. But if men, I mean if they just must fight, hear me now, Lord. Lord, 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 Lord. God bless the children. God bless the children. So many times I've heard this phrase, that trouble, it won't last always. Now I'm not saying that this phrase is wrong, but I'm wondering right now, how come it's got to last so long? You see a newborn baby in some proud mother's arms, and then you think of all the countries that now have the bomb, and you just got to say, Lord, 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 Lord. God bless the children. God bless the children. Say it a little bit louder. Say it one more time.
Beautiful selection there by the Staple Singers. God bless the children. So it's my children featured this evening here on the show, Inside of the Zone with the Lady D, Denise Gomez. Hey Marv, hey Marvette, hey Mara. I'd like to say welcome to you. You're just joining me here on the show, and it's your first time. You're at the right place at the right time. What's my name? What's my name? Denise, Lady D Gomez. Welcome to Inside of the Zone with Lady D. Of course, you're tuned into Center Stage today, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And so I'd like to just say welcome to you, and you. It's a good day. It's a special day. And no matter where we are, what we're doing, how our day went, we ain't going to let anything stop us. I'd like to say hi to Milton. Welcome, Milton. I just felt like popping over here on Instagram. Yes, invariably, am I streaming live on Facebook and Instagram. I'm always on my YouTube channel. So good evening, everyone. Our telephone number, once again, is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. We just got our praise on. And as always, being a Jamaican at heart, I like to keep my audience in the know. And so welcome to News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Here now is your JIS news of the day. Government is providing $1.07 billion to drive agricultural output through the Production Incentive Program this fiscal year. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Pernell Charles Jr., made the disclosure during his recent post-sectoral press briefing.
And $670 million for the Farm Road Program. The activities this year will include $258 million for production of our 12 priority crops, targeting 3,917 hectares and 9,476 farmers, with a focus on roots and as a viable substitute for imported wheat and rice.
An additional $122 million is reserved for livestock production to include small ruminants, poultry, apiculture, fisheries, pork, and rabbit. Another $100 million is for fertilizer support, $35 million to provide equipment, and $250 million for climate change adaptation and mitigation initiatives. Meanwhile, the beekeeping industry is to receive a $10 million subsidy for the purchase of sugar as feed for bee colonies. The Agriculture and Fisheries State Minister Franklin Witter made the announcement at the ministry's World Bee Day celebration on Friday. He says the subsidy is a 100% increase over last year's allocation and will support beekeepers in the months when there is a reduction in nectar-producing plants.
As a ministry, we are aware of the importance of bees and beekeeping within agriculture. Through our apiculture unit in the Research and Development Division, I can confidently say that significant work is being done to ensure that beekeeping industry is supported and remains viable.
As part of the efforts to support the industry, he says the ministry will also be providing over 2,000 nectar-producing plants to beekeepers' associations across the island. Mr. Witter says the ministry has also stepped up hive inspections to safeguard the country's honeybee stock. Jamaica is the main producer of honey in the English-speaking Caribbean, with over 67,000 colonies being managed by beekeepers. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, says his ministry has been meeting with the Jamaica Public Service Company to resolve a wide range of issues affecting the operation of streetlights across the country. The minister was making his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament yesterday. He revealed that government had paid the total $2.9 billion charged by JPS for the provision of streetlights in the last financial year.
We pay an average of $243 million, Philip, on a monthly basis for streetlights. The reality remains, however, that not all the streetlights are working. The local authorities and the citizens who fall within these areas across the country deserve better.
Among the issues identified is theft, with the JPS reporting that more than $47 million was spent replacing 723 stolen streetlights. On one thoroughfare alone, the Chesterfield Main Road in St. Andrew, 32 lights and 3,200 meters of service wire have been stolen on separate occasions. Minister McKenzie says while government continues its consultations with JPS to address all service issues, residents need to be vigilant to prevent the highways and byways from being plunged into darkness.
It is clear that these criminal acts require the police response. It is not the responsibility for the constabulary alone, Madam Speaker. All of us as Jamaicans, Madam Speaker, because somebody must do something, Madam Speaker. It is the taxpayers of this country. It is the taxpayers of this country, Madam Speaker, that has to foot these expenses, because the JPS somehow will have to recover the cost.
Residents in and around Port Maria now have access to high-speed internet Wi-Fi with 200 megabits of direct internet access. It's the latest town to benefit from the Universal Service Fund USF initiative as part of its Connect Jamaica public Wi-Fi program.
At this ministry, we take particular interest in connecting rural communities to ensure that no one is left behind. And as one who represents a rural constituency, I'm even more aware of the challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis. So as a ministry, The vision is a commitment to the provision of access to technology for all.
The Wi-Fi will benefit residents of Cox, Huntstown, Main, Market, Warner and Stennett Streets, along with other areas. Up to 500 persons can connect to the server simultaneously. Starting next year, Jamaican mothers will be able to leave hospitals with digital copies of their children's birth certificates. Minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, revealed the plan during his sectoral debate presentation in Parliament earlier this week. He says the newborn's information will be collected and registered through a new bedside registration app. The minister adds that once the information is inputted at the mother's bedside, it is automatically uploaded on the Registrar General's Department or RGD's systems.
We have already, Madam Speaker, procured 60 purpose-built tablets which will be distributed to our registration officers. Upon the launch of the app, our registration officers will be able to populate the birth certificate in real time.
Minister Green says RGD records have shown that since the introduction of the bedside registration program, there has been an increase in the number of children being named immediately. The new bedside registration app is being built by the National Identification System, NIDS project, in collaboration with the RGD. And finally, the Ministry of Education and Youth has received 100,000 masks and 5,000 self-test kits to support the mandate for wearing masks at schools and limit or prevent COVID-19 infection. The items were donated by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the National Health Fund during a ceremony on Wednesday. The Education Minister used the function to urge parents to ensure their children leave home with a mask, while reiterating that no child should be turned away from school, but instead assisted with access to continue face-to-face learning.
There have been a few instances in which we've seen videos on social media where children show up without masks, that they, according to the video, they were turned back, and we do not want to see that in our schools.
We do not want to stop education. At no point during this pandemic we want to prevent them from getting a good education. So I'm very pleased on behalf of the ministry to be here this morning to take part in this wonderful handover ceremony with these masks and the self-test kits.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
A rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening, everyone. It is now 20 minutes to 7 o'clock. The show ends at 8. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's a pleasure having you here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Have you heard of us? No, you haven't? You don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know what you're missing with us. A lot is happening over here, man. And we just want to say hi to you. Of course, this evening is all about my youth, children in general. And so right now I do have another selection to air for you. But before I do that, I'd just like to remind you
Cooler Runnings Restaurant, in association with Cargill Community Project, presents our annual free Community Day initiative and give back. To be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nerid Avenue, at the corner of Wickham and Nerid Avenues in the Bronx, on Saturday, June 11th, starting from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., featuring Minister Jabez, Kokodu, Imani Tyson, and many more. We'll also be featuring 3 live bands: the Jenna Roots Band, Pete the Drummer and Drummer Squad, and Island Steel Band. A live broadcast on Future FM Radio 98.9 FM, music by DJ Ray Ray from Royal Radio. Your MCs for the evening will be Lady D and Patrick Tyson. This event is sponsored by Cooler Runnings Restaurant, CJ Robbins Realestate.com, Corey's Eats Restaurant, Irie Dale, Trippy the Taxman, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, Express Forms and Documents, Bronxwood International Church of God, The Good Neighbors Community Outreach Agency, Sea Lounge, and Dirty Glove. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project annual event. Make it a date, bring the entire family out. It's going to be great. See you there.
think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love, and this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world. Make a better world, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face, and the one we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling when this earth crucifies its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly, be God's love. Let it fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. So the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you
Of course, the late Michael Jackson himself healed the world. It has been quite an upheaval here in the United States and across the world, where people are literally zooming in on this nation and wondering if everybody here in this country is going, as we would say, stark, staring, crazy, mad. And we realize that it is these kinds of atrocious acts are being carried out by young people. Young people. And we ask ourselves the question, why? It's a global conversation piece that we're all having. We might never be able to have all the answers. We'll presume, we'll assume, but we might never really, really, truly know why. Why? Why do we miss the signs? Why are the signs, staring us in the face? It's just like any one of us here who are walking up and down the street, doing our businesses every day. And then one day, something snaps, just like that. And we'll still ask the question why, because someone is going to say their family didn't see, their parents didn't notice. And our lives are on a schedule. Our lives are scheduled. We get up every day and we are just moving. The moving parts are many. And even if our children start acting up, we'll say, oh, they're going through their teenage phase, or it's, the young adult phase, or they're now adults and trying to manage in life. And that is true. That is absolutely true. But at some point, they had an encounter with some other element, force, that whether it's a person, a thing, a situation, and if it's a person, it's a deed that was done to them or a spoken word they heard. There is something that encountered them and caused their minds to go in a very dark and dangerous place. And each time we have shootings of this magnitude, there's a big uproar. Everybody wants to talk about it. And rightly so, because we need to hear from people what scares you the most. Because all of us get up every day. Once God gives us breath, we're up, we are out, we are taking care of family, kissing children goodbye, or going to pick them up at school, that kind of thing. But what happens when you get that dreaded call? It's synonymous to a wife or a husband or a family member who, once you hear your door knock, because you're not getting a phone call, and you open the door and there are two smartly clad officers at that door, and they break a news to you. It's no different. When death comes, it comes with an impact, and it will knock the wind out of you. The moment somebody says, your child, your mother, your sister, your brother, your cousin, or Mary or John down the street, it knocks you to the point where you can't. Some people have fainted. Some people have died instantly when they get a bad news. So how are we preparing ourselves? And you'll say, Lady D, this is not something we can prepare ourselves for. No. But in order for us to be able to stand strong, you're going to need a higher power. I am telling you, it is not easy to get a death news, especially about your child. So can you imagine seeing all these children? And the more you watch the news, if we're not careful, we're confused because there's one media house over there, one over there, one across there, and they're feeding us with the information as it is coming out, but I'm sure some of it is getting lost in not necessarily translation, but it is getting lost in how it's disseminated. So I might be reading CNN. You're looking at Fox. I'm looking at MSNBC. All these networks are coming out with the information. In the very heart of where the incident took place, there is that as well. People on the ground. And the more you're reading, it's the more you're realizing, but oh, they had a delay in the law enforcement officers actually going into the place, licking it down, kicking on door, hammering it in the doors, windows, what have you, to get in. And now you're hearing reports of them being so delayed that you ask why, when the young man was already there, he got in. Children are now giving their accounts. You wonder, so if a 8-year-old, 9-year-old is giving an account of what happened, how do they manage that? How the parents help them through that? All the counselors that they have on hand. The logistics involved in these things, from mental to social to physical to community. Because when these things happen, the community is at the heart of it and they feel it. And then public officials are having a say. And still to this day, there is no hard clamping down on gun control. People are just walking up into a place and buying especially high-powered weapons. You know, the person on the other side of the counter, not concerned that this person is not just going to buy it for social and recreational purposes. They might just be purchasing it to go and murder people. So can you imagine these children having to be in that one space? And that's all you're hearing, gunshot and, you know, rounds going. And it is a dark, dark time here in the United States. Other countries are actually zooming in on us and wondering, did something let loose over here? Why everybody over in the United States just gone crazy? Everybody just gone crazy? What is it? And we all try to come up with some kind of a scenario as to what could have happened and why. And you hear it in all different accents in these great United States. It is increasingly worse. Increasingly worse. Wherever we go, we have to just pray and ask God to protect us and take us back home safely, because it is not likely we'll get home. That's where we're at, but we still have to live. So before I go any further, at 3 minutes to 7 o'clock, people are praying every day. Don't think that prayers are not being answered. God's still answering prayer. But He also knows that there are people on this earth who will carry out evil. And He knows there are people on this earth who will continue to be on their knees praying. And Jesus Christ will continue to be interceding. So no matter what is going on, God is still God. I believe it. I know it to be true. Because many of us have had experiences. And you wonder how we look so how we walking, how we talking, how you manage God and his son Jesus Christ. Because I guarantee you, and that's a famous phrase of mine, I guarantee you, if you do not have him, you're going to be off your rockers. Because the world it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm telling you that much. This is not even tip of iceberg. This is not even the entrance to what is to come. So I would like you to bow your heads at this time. Because I know that there are people right now. A teacher, let me tell you, you just say that this is how it was supposed to go. Because in all of it, here is the husband of one of the deceased in that horrible, horrible massacre. Who husband, the man just from broken heart, stress, everything, the man is just gone. Good evening, how are you? Welcome.
Good evening, Lady B.
My dearest, my dearest Vernon, the handsome man I have not yet met.
How are you, ma'am?
It's a good day, Vernon.
Yeah. You see, this thing is social media, what have to do with it too.
In terms of?
Every time something happens, everybody knows around the world. In 1960, they have 18 school shootings in this country. So this is nothing new.
No, it's nothing
and
new.
I want to know how they say this country is great. I can't see where it's great. I've been looking everywhere.
Well, greatness is measurable, right? So the country is great because of its resources. The country is great because of the potential, not the potential, but what you are able to attain in how the country is structured, whether it's academically, socially, you name it. You tap into the piece that best suits you, and that's what you get out of it. You are from Jamaica, correct?
Yes.
And you came into this country at some point in time.
Yes.
Have you benefited from the country at all? Is there one or several things you can say that?
Several things.
There you go. So you would have a reason to say, this country has afforded me the opportunity to X, Y, Z. Would you also, if I were to ask you the question and you were to answer me honestly, say that had you stayed in your home country, Jamaica, what do you think you would have attained far more than you have now?
No, I would have more here than I would have there.
Okay. So again, these United States, this great country, does have what you needed and what you got. So despite the fact, like we moan and groan, Vernon, about Jamaica and other parts of the world, despite the fact that people are getting off their rockers and going into schools and going in a subway and you're on the street and they just knock your wind out of you and do all kinds of crazy things, the country still has great opportunities. It is the people who live it. You know the song that what's his name sing, what's the matter with the world? Has the world gone mad? Is the people that make it up. So we are the ones who are just ruthless with each other. And the amount of people, and I agree with you, the amount of people that have died as a result of these kinds of shootings is a lot.
Yeah, all race alone is almost 1 billion, right?
Yes. It's
the other one to do that.
It's sad. It is sad. But all I know, the only thing I know is prayers. I don't know anything else. I know it works for me. I know I can offer it to Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's all I know. Because people need that spiritual backative.
So the people in the church who shoot 9 and leave 1, weren't they praying?
The people were praying. That don't mean evil will not present itself. We can't think. I think what happens is when persons hear of things happening to Christian born again men and women, it's almost like it shouldn't happen. But we live in the world. Things will happen. It's not that we can't be. It's just the other day, a friend, Andrea, who lives in Barbados, sent me a video of a man who walked into a church, a New Testament Church of God in Barbados, Vernon, carrying on, wanting the people to denounce the mention of the name of God and Christ. And the people stood up to him in the church. He was getting boisterous and all kind of stuff going on. But does that mean that the people not praying? Of course not. So we fall into that false sense of reasoning. We are all human beings walking on this earth here. And we will all go at one point. At some point, we're gonna die.
Some of us.
Well, if you live long enough until he returns, you'll be perhaps like Methuselah.
I'm trying not to be one of them.
Maybe you'll be going up into, living 900 and odd and 700. You can go check Genesis. They can give you the chronological breakdown of that. Lord Vernon, life. We just have to. Yes, it is. Every day.
No matter where you are, your driving is a problem, your walking is a problem. You're in a supermarket is a problem. Anywhere you are, just keep looking out and listen for the first shot and lie down. That's it.
Right. So we just give thanks. Nice hearing you.
Nice hearing you too. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome. As I said, I was about to, and the line is open for discussions because it's all about our children. At 7:30, I'll be having an interview. So those of you who would like to call and talk to me about hearing the cries of our children, the mass shootings, let me hear your thoughts. Because I'm a realist. Most people will tell me that. When I talk, they think me just too practical when I do speak. Coming out a chatterbox. Good evening, how are you?
Chatterbox is a mild way of describing who you are. You're a dignified queen. How are you?
I'm well, King. Greetings to you.
Lady D, I can tell. I wish I had a loudspeaker. This country, I think the people in this country, including the heads of government, have a short-term memory lapse. I remember when Mr. Obama condemned this very gun. Can anyone remember when that gentleman leaves office? And what is happening since that gentleman leaves office? People in this country have no respect at all for leadership. And the very Bible that everybody go to church with and read every day have all the answer. Obey them that set over you, or else I'll send wicked ruler for you. It's clear and simple enough. And people are complicating everything. It is clear and simple. If we don't obey them that set over us, the Lord never said, your pastor or them that set over you. He said, obey them. Or else your days is doomed. Moses is long gone. That's why we're walking around in the wilderness today, Lady D. People need to read the word of the Lord. It's not true. There is no two way about it. There is no help out of here apart one door. So everybody can say run and they run themselves. If the righteous shall scarcely be saved. People need to think about those words. It go back and they tell us down to the dog that pisseth against the wall. People need to think about those words. The words of the Lord is sure in keep all his promises. And the United States of America, they're painting every picture and everybody looking to the president. And this president, the Lord give this country 2 chances. He said, Obama, that man never full of arrogance, and because he probably never full of arrogance, it was the Moses that come to save. People need to understand the Bible. It's modern day. The scripture fulfilled. You see who it take away? The babies it a come for. The demon. People just fail to understand. And me I call it out for what it is because me see it long time. This country need to stop depend on call and blame other people and start blaming ourselves. If my people are called by my name, or humble ourselves and pray and change from our wicked ways.
And seek his
There is
face.
no escape out of here. All of the president we're gonna get up one man now we don't have no president. All of the leaders them run down, everybody look on Rockstone to go under. The Rockstone guy said, when you look somewhere to go to. People say that war going on and think it's a joke. It's war and rumors of war. These men going into school shooting and going into supermarket. Men are becoming lovers of themselves, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of demons.
And devils.
So everybody
That's
can
right.
sit around and play games. This is no game. I've never cried in a long while. And when I see babies who have nothing to do with our rhetoric, babies gone to school, babies. And the demon when he couldn't run to one church for the look prayer, couldn't run to he run to somewhere to send a message to us. That's what the devil do all the time. He look for the nicest thing, the dearest thing, the precious thing, and he try to snatch it away from us all the time. And people seems to don't pay attention. This now the news reporter they blame why the police was there. People need to understand this is not no Mr. President alone or the mayor alone. This is every one of us. It's disobedient cause the people to wander around in the wilderness is disobedient going to cost us with life. And until we realize that, Queen, trust me, no help out of this. So anybody who not believe the end is near, whether we want to believe it or not, the Lord promises Sean the days.
For the elect's sake.
Okay. It is serious, lady. It is serious.
Yes, it is. It is serious. Very, very serious. To the point where some people will tell you they are so afraid to watch the news to see what is going on. And I say, even if one evening I don't watch the news, I need to still peek and see what's going on. Because I have to be relevant. I need to know.
Lady D, look how many big influential preachers of this here country have. I'm not talking about my little country. This country has. I have not seen one of them come out yet to condemn the evilness that is surrounding. And these are big influential people who is on television every Sunday. And we yet to see one of them on television to condemn the rhetoric, all because guess what they are watching? Oh, I don't want nobody to feel bad because that's all goes on in this country, Lady D. Everyone is just scared of speaking up because they are wondering, they are worried about what the other person is going to do to them and say about them. But a day going to come, Lady D, we all need to understand you're going to have to choose.
Well, Ryan,
We're going to have to choose
give
somebody a chance.
Blessings, man. I appreciate you always. You know that. Thank you. Yes.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye. 914-600-4228, 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. But I am just asking God to cover Texas, all the children who saw all of that carnage. Because we, as they would say, forgive me, they would call us grown Tata Joes or big Tata Joe. But it's the children, the young people I am so concerned about. But I'm telling you, here you have this woman whose husband just dropped and dead. Because one, he miss her, his heart is broken, stress. just take him. Good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D, and good evening to everyone else. How are you?
I don't understand this. Haven't heard from her in a while. Madam Pat.
I'm here, Lady D. I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity. I don't want to be the one to take over the program.
I understand.
I just designate myself to call once in a while. But the topic this evening really tugged at my heartstring. And I totally agree with the caller that just hung up every scripture he quoted. 2 Chronicles 7:14, God says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven. Now, can you imagine if we are praying and such atrocities are taking place? If we were not praying, what would have happened? Because it's not everyone who is praying and it's not everyone is turning from their wicked ways. There are people who have a wicked heart. In the book of Jeremiah, it says the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. And so God is seeking for our heart. He wants us to have a heart of love. And if we don't have a heart of love, a person is corrupt and they will go against the grain and just do what they want to do. Now, I don't know what I'm going to say, who it will offend, but as we can see, a lot of the politicians are backed by the NRA, the National Rifle and Gun Association. And that's why you will not have politicians stepping up to the plate to denounce, because they depend on the backing from the NRA for their political assets.
Yes.
And so it is just so sad. I haven't watched the news, but I get the info on my phone, and I'm listening to 1010 Wins, and my heart is just so broken. And when you play that song this evening with Michael Jackson, oh, that just kind of blew me away.
Yes.
And I said to myself, oh God, how is this happening? Because when Jesus was on the earth, there were three groups of people that were disenfranchised in society, and he had such an affinity towards the children. He said, if you so hurt one of these, you might as well put a millstone around your neck and go throw yourself in the lake. The little children, he bid them to come unto me and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven. Women and the poor were outcast in society. Things are getting worse. There's nothing wrong with the country. This is a great country. It's the people who live within the country. It's their attitude and their behavior towards their fellow mankind. It's the total disregard for mankind and the disrespect for mankind. And not until we show respect for our one another, we will never be able to enjoy the benefits of life.
Yes.
One set cannot want to live and another just, just evaporate.
Yes.
You know, it cannot be. We have to live. We have to love our one another. And so, Lady D, let's just continue to pray, because we cannot stop praying.
Yes, absolutely.
We cannot stop praying, no. But prayer is not going to prevent these things from happening.
No.
Because prophecy must be fulfilled.
Yes.
Prophecy must be fulfilled. And the coming of the Lord is nearer and sooner than we expect. So let us be ready.
Yes.
Let us be ready.
Blessings, Pat.
Okay.
Thank you always. Sound words.
Yes, Lady D.
All right.
So I'm enjoying the program, and you continue to do what you do best. Thank you for bringing us in the know so we can have this platform to speak freely.
Yes, of course. You're
Okay.
welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
All right, that's Pat, one of my avid. Let's see, let me jump over to the phone line. Good evening. Welcome to Center Stage. It's my children's feature.
Good evening, Lady D.
Good evening, Madam Gloria.
Yes. As the two callers before were saying, Sister Pat was saying, you played, when I heard you play the song this evening,
Mm-hmm.
I was so, when I heard the news on the evening when the incident happened, I never listened to another news again till I think this morning.
Oh.
I was so numb. I said, the children again.
Mm-hmm.
And these are babies.
Yes.
I just, the minute I hear the news start coming over, I turn it right off. And I didn't listen to any news. I love to listen to the news at night. I didn't listen it. It's so, it is too
much.
It disturbs you. It's distressing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You
to
mean
handle.
it's actually a whole classroom of babies.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I mean, all of them hit. I didn't know what to do. I just turned it. I couldn't.
Yes.
I couldn't.
You had to zoom out.
I couldn't.
I understand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't manage it, Lady D. It hit me so hard.
Yep. I hear
And
you,
we all need to pray and turn because, this thing has been going on. And they're great. This America is great.
Mm-hmm.
Because things that a lot of us come here and achieve, we wouldn't achieve it. But it's just, there's a few bad apples spoil the whole bunch.
Yes.
And it's like a trend. I can do this and I can do that. And they're following the wrong. I don't know if there's something wrong with the head or mentally disturbed or what. But something needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, my love.
Something needs to be done in a big way.
Yes.
And we really have to pray. God bless you, my
Blessings
dear
to you.
Lady D.
All right, thank you. Again, I ask the question because when we're in our own bubbles, we feel very safe, as we should. But God forbid we should get a call like that. Many of us have gotten calls for different reasons. It can't be easy. Some of the footage they couldn't even show us when the parents came in response to the call. No, man. These are really hard times. Please remember the families.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, love is all we need. Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have both voices. You hear us?
Oh, yes, I'm hearing you. Hi there, Keisha. Hold your thought. Not another word. I'll be right with you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be hopping over now
if a child lives with shame, he learns
to my interview segment with John and Nicholas Balikchi. This is Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. That's how I'm going to wrap up. That's the selection I'm going to be using to wrap up the show. But of course, I have to do this. It is 7:30 p.m. Keisha, are you there?
Yeah.
Good evening. Whose voice am I listening to? There's a softer male tone.
And I'm John.
Hi, John and Nicholas, correct?
Oliver.
Oliver, yes. Hi, Oliver and John. Good evening to you both. How are you doing? Who wants to answer first?
My brother Oliver to me.
You mean Oliver?
Yeah.
Oliver, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. And John, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
I am very pleased to hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Child Month feature here on Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. And both my guests are brothers. And I got two bios, and after reading them, I said to myself, but these two boys are wise beyond their years, making an impact on the world. So I want you to listen carefully this evening, very keenly, and you can even call them. So I'll be opening up the phone lines. You'll be able to talk to them and to encourage them during this segment. So, boys, I had to ask your mom for the proper pronunciation of your last name. So, I don't know who wants to tell me first, but let's see if I got it right, because she sent me a voice note and I had been rehearsing it so I wouldn't mispronounce your last name. So, is it Balikchi?
Yeah.
Sure. So you need to give me an award for that. That's all I'm going to say right there. I got it right. So it's it's John and Oliver Balikchi. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the feature. Now, Oliver, is there anyone you'd like to say hi to first before we start talking? Both John and yourself, because I like to have my guests say their hellos before we start talking.
I just like to say to my aunt Karen and my
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, are you using a cell phone or landline?
Cell phone. Yeah.
All right, see if you can position so we can hear you clearly, because we're not hearing you as clear as I'd like to hear you.
Okay. Is it better?
You sound like you're a little far away.
This is the closest I'll be able to get.
Yes, all right, that's better. That's way, way better. All right. So go ahead and say hi. Who would you like to say hello to first?
Okay, I'd like to say hi to my aunts out there and my grandmother.
All righty. And John?
I would love to say hello to my grandmother and the people out there that I love the most, which are my aunties and my grandma.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, wow. Grandma is doing stuff over there, man. That's so good. Well, let's start talking, boys. So, Oliver, you're born in Brooklyn, right?
Yes, I was.
Yes, born in Brooklyn, New York to Turkish father and Jamaican American mother. How is that working out for you now?
It's working very well. I mean, despite the fact that they're from across the world, they work well as a team. Their marriage, in my eyes, seems to be going well, and they're a good pair.
Oh, Lord. I love that. And John, what about you? The same thing.
I think my parents are very loving and hardworking people, and they try their best to give us the best education.
All righty. And ladies and gentlemen, John is a 6th grader, and Oliver is a 9th grader, and they attend the Poly Prep County Day School in Brooklyn, New York. What is life like at school for you? Let me hear from you, John.
Okay. So, some people, could you repeat that? Could you repeat that?
What it's like for you at Poly Prep Country Day School in Brooklyn?
I think Poly Prep is a very beautiful school, has a very nice campus. The teachers are very nice. Their way of education is very unique, but in a good way. And it helps me learn a lot more than I used to at the old schools.
Oh, okay. And Oliver, what about you?
I've been at Poly Prep for 3 years now, and I don't know. I like the area of the campus. It's a very big campus. There's a nice community. The teachers are all very nice and kind and doing their best to make sure that we can be our best selves every single day. And overall, it's just nice to be there.
Now, share with us some of your achievements. I will not mention them. I will allow you to share with our audience.
Okay. Currently, I have a black belt in karate, and I'm doing some debate in my school. I'm on my school's debate team, and I've been to a couple of the tournaments that they've hosted, and I've won a couple of rounds at each of the tournaments. And I've also done run crew in my school's plays and musicals.
That's commendable. Now, how did you get in this black belt business? In the martial arts, in jiu-jitsu, by the way.
Really young, around maybe 5 or 6, I decided that I wanted to take karate, more specifically jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and eventually I just, decided to go for the fun of it, and eventually, it was all about, learning how to defend myself and better version of myself and disciplining myself. And even though at the very end it was hard for me to do because it was a lot of intense training, I got to black belt, and it was a very big achievement in my life.
This is amazing, Oliver. I'm telling you. Now, you play the piano, you play tennis, you swim at school. You co-founded the junior high school Dungeons and Dragons clubs, and has merged the well-known game with your own superhero game of Power Mentors. So how do you find the time? I realize when I'm interviewing students who have that very high achieving, schedule going on in your lives. I'm wondering, how do you find time to be you?
Honestly, sometimes it's just like I have to like alternate between doing things like you can't do them all at once, but like every once in a while you get a break and you get to relax or hang out with your friends and like even though for me that's mostly at school that I get to really just let loose and be myself. I have time to be myself and have fun.
Okay. So let me hop on over to John. John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All righty. So share your interests with us, John.
My interests are mostly either sports or currently I'm playing the trombone and the piano. Those are my two favorite instruments at this current moment. They help me calm down my nerves when I get angry and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
In my life.
And what is it? So the trombone, there is just something, there's a unique sound to it that helps in that process?
Yeah, it just like calms me down and it makes me feel really peaceful, really happy.
Oh, okay. I hear that you love math. Share some of what you've been doing with that.
So in math, I've basically been learning how to divide the decimals, and I'm pretty sure that I'm one of the best students at dividing decimals in my class.
You're breaking up a lot, though, John. I can hardly hear you.
Okay, is it better?
Yes, go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it's 20 minutes to 8 o'clock. Welcome to my segment that I love each year, Child Month. My guests are John and Oliver Balikci, and they are native New Yorkers, born to Turkish father and Jamaican American mother. And they're sharing their interests. And of course, they'll also be sharing with me to mirror the theme, what matters to them. How will they lift up their voices? Are you back with me, John?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
All right, go ahead. So you were talking about the trombone. We talk about math. So express yourself about the math. No, because I can't do math. I did it just because I had to.
Okay. So basically, math to me, it's like my favorite subject. So whenever I do it, I feel like very confident in myself that I can solve any problem if I put my mind to it.
Okay, great. And I understand you tested in the 99% in gifted and talented test for New York State.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations, John. Congrats.
Thank
now, you also play soccer, tennis, volleyball, handball, and you swim.
Yep.
And you're good at all of them?
I'm good at most of them.
You're good at most of them. Now, I taught myself to swim as a child in a river. So I am one of those free, frolicking kind of swimmers. You know, I will do the flips if I need to. I would be able to do it now, but I don't know if you would be able to catch me in the water.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Now, so you are both doing very well, and congrats to your parents for really setting a foundation for both of you, because I know it's not easy to pull all the pieces together. You have similar interest in some respects, but not across the board, not entirely. And, you know, I know it maybe is a little challenging sometimes for both of you to come together as brothers. Do you really find the time to do that outside of all the things that you're doing?
Most of the time we have sometimes to do it, but sometimes we have a lot of special moments together. And most of the time, we don't really have enough time to spend time with each other. But I enjoy the time that I have most with them.
All right. Thank you so much. Oliver, share with us about your debating skills.
My debating skills. So lately, like, I've been, developing my debating skills. I've been going through my debate practices and learning. Like, I've been a good arguer ever since I was young. I've been good at developing arguments and just arguing. And debate is kind of a way for me to not only argue, but argue, with a form and a style, but also with facts and not just opinions. And so, really, debate kind of has just helped me extend my personality and, like, strengthen a part of me that has always been there.
Oh.
And I'm hoping next year that I can, do some more debating and go to more practices and go to more tournaments so that I can, improve myself and get along in that journey of debate.
All righty. And let me say to John, I understand that your favorite dish is guacamole and ackee without salt fish. Who does ackee without salt fish, John?
That's me.
You mean you just have the ackee by itself?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
And I have some vegetables too.
Yes. Oh, okay. And I hear that you're a natural comedian and you want to be an actor and a singer.
Well, I mean, that is my dream.
That's your dream. So, do you have a time earmarked, and by the time you are 25, 30? You haven't gotten that far yet.
No, I've only reached 20.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, all right. So now, boys, this year the theme for Child Month, and this is this segment that we're in. Why? That's the reason why we're having a conversation. The theme is "Listen Up, Children's Voices Matter." Is there something? And I'll start first with you, John. Tell me, is there something that matters most to you that you would like to see changes happen for that situation?
My parents are the things that matter most to me because they really help me out a lot when I need it the most. And whenever I'm stuck on something, they always help me get over it, and I really appreciate them.
Oh, you appreciate them. They help you through some of your teething pains, right?
Yes.
Yes, so that is what matters most to you. Is there anything else, anything that you've heard or seen?
Lately on the news, I've been seeing that there's been a lot of murders, and I would really like to stop that because it's really just sad to see how many kids die every day.
Yes.
And I wish people out there were at that, so yeah.
Would offer more love rather than hate, right?
Yes.
Yes.
More love.
And if they know they have a problem or realize they have a problem, they could tell someone that I need help, right?
Yep, we could pray to God.
There you go. Thank you, John. So let me head on over now to Oliver. What?
Yes, hello?
Yes, Oliver. Share with me something that matters most to you and that you would like to see changes take place in that situation.
There are a lot of things that matter to me, but one of the things that matters to me the most are the people that live in my house. More specifically, my little brother and my dog. My little brother, he's fun to be around whenever we get time to hang out, even though sometimes he can be, a little bother. He's, there for me when I need it, and he's helpful. And my dog, he's the cutest dog in the world, and he's so amazing, nice, and beautiful, and I love them both.
Alrighty. And like I asked your brother John, is there anything else that you have seen and heard that has troubled you and you'd like to see a change?
The same thing as my brother said. There was a school shooting earlier this week, and honestly, there are so many things that the U.S. government could have done, this entire year, before this year, to stop these school shootings. The United States has the highest rate of mass shootings in the world, and there are other countries that have dealt with this efficiently, and if the U.S. government could ban guns and get people some mental health care so that people don't have to be looking for these guns or even think about having one of these guns, then honestly, I think it would be a great help to American society as a whole.
Yes. Well, I thank you. I thank you. And we pray that it will get better, right? We hope that it will get better. And we are really concerned about the families who were affected. So thank you both for sharing that with me. Going forward, I know you both have dreams, and we know that you'll accomplish them. Your parents are behind you, and it's my pleasure meeting both of you on my platform so I could actually hear your voices and hear your heart, what you want to achieve for yourselves. So to Oliver and John Belikshi, it's my pleasure having you. Now, usually I have a little quick fun segment. It's so easy, you both can just knock me out of the water with it. Are you ready? One word answers only. Okay? All right. Oliver, let's start with you first. Mentor.
Could you repeat that?
All right. So I want you to give me one word answers only. So my first punchline for you is the word mentor. What comes to mind?
Honestly, the first word that comes to mind is my game, Power Mentors.
Okay. As a mentor?
Yeah, because the Power Mentors are meant to be a group of superheroes who are mentors to the younger superhero generation.
Okay. John, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Math.
Addition.
Oh, great. Oliver? Friendship.
Love.
All right. John? Parents.
Caring. Caring.
Oh, beautiful. Let's see. 6th grade. John.
Wonderful.
Okay. 9th grade. Oliver.
Exciting.
Exciting. Great. And family. Oliver.
Kindness.
All right. And John, your final one. Education.
Beauty.
I didn't hear you. For education?
Math.
Oh, great. And finally, John. That's your name. What comes to mind? That's it. John. What would you say about John?
Love.
All right. Oliver? Same thing. What would you say about your name?
Creative.
Oh, all righty. Congratulations, boys. You did well. I'm very proud of you. My regards to Mom and Dad. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the success while you're there at Poly Prep Country Day School right there in Brooklyn, New York. Have yourselves a great weekend, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you both. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, John. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my wrap this evening for Child Month. John and Oliver Balikshi. Yes, they're both growing up and doing good things, great things for themselves. You know, you have some children out there, you just need to find them. How do I find them? Networking. Thanks to Dr. Karen Dunkley. Karen, I tell you, you want something, Karen is there for you.
We'll conquer all. Make each climb, and all we want is a healthy one. All with no misery, a child that's so
Good evening to you.
Good evening, Lady D.
Yes, ma'am.
Again. Yes. At least, I got a smile on my face when I heard these children, when you opened the line to interview them.
Yes.
And they're great, great children. You know, after all this sadness, I was smiling when you started interviewing them. May the blessings of the Lord be with them and their parents.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
my love. All righty. Yes, they lightened the moment.
child of love. One child of love.
And that's how I bring the curtain down on, of course, my Child Month feature. Good evening, everyone. Taking you out with some music this evening on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday.
Whoa, yeah. Children, hold on. Children, hold on to your dreams. Believe in love. Let love be the light to show the way. And love will shine on you one day.
This old world is very cold. It favors not the young or old. Life is hard and so unfair unless you believe that someone cares. Someone who's there, rain or shine, sharing your dreams, your heart and your mind. Hold on
to your dreams. Believe in love. Let love be the light to show the way.
It's gonna show you the way. It's gonna show
And
you
love
the way.
will shine on you one day.
Yeah. Step by step, straight ahead. Though the road be hard to tread, yeah. What you get is what you do, and you'll find out that love is truly stronger than hate. All you need is your faith in your dreams. It's gonna show you the way. It's gonna show you the way.
Let love be the light to show the way. And love will shine on you one day.
This old world goes around and round. Sometimes this world can get you down. Just don't give up. Don't dismay. What goes around comes around, they say. And if the sun should fail to shine, dreams are the sunshine of the mind. Hold on
to your dreams.
Yeah, dreams are the wings of the mind.
you. How are you?
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening, my love.
I'm sitting here and listening to two boys.
Yes, ma'am.
But I was showing you, you never have meals on this evening?
No, I
Nothing.
didn't. No, I didn't do that. I just featured and had discussion about the children. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
that's right.
ma'am. Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
When we talk about this in Pat said, Gloria, so she's turned off the news.
Yes, Gloria. Mm-hmm.
I just love to talk to her sometime, and I hear this morning, when I hear a lady talk about losing daughter, she was there with the daughter and talking, and she said they was going on holiday Wednesday because Monday they have a little thing party at the school, and they have them present.
Yes.
And she never knew that it was her last goodbye with her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh my God.
So sad.
Man.
Hortense. Very sad.
I can't look at the still all over my body.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some of them, I don't even like to talk about it like that.
Oh, God.
Because some of them, they couldn't even recognize them. So
Oh,
you must
God,
know.
really?
Yes. Ugh.
Oh, God Almighty.
But I'm wrapping up my love, and we continue to remember the families and the state. Everybody. Thank you, my love. Enjoy your weekend, okay?
This same to you, Lady D.
All right, blessings. Alrighty, I gotta go. Thank you so much for joining me this evening right here on the show. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Don't forget, Chris Wilby comes up next with the smooth groove and whatever else he has going on over there. Good evening, Chris Wilby.
What you know?
And continue to live your lives as I aim to live mine, not in fear, but to stand strong, stand steadfast, hold on to the Lord, and He'll be there for us.
Unless somebody really believes,
so thank you, everyone.
Have somebody there to care.
Yeah, so we continue to hold on, and just, we just have to keep living, man.
Don't you cry, 'cause Jah shall wash away all the tears.
Yes, Graham Smorgon.
In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, we know we'll survive, Jah shall wash away all the tears.
And for those of you who have never tuned in on a Saturday morning to Saturday morning runnings, join us at 10 a.m. on Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel. Oh, we have bouts of laughter over there. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. As always, blessings to you. Love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Yep. Love, love, love. Mwah. I'm out of here.
located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Whether you drive, sail, or fly, Westgate Resorts in Orlando, Florida hits the spot every time for your perfect getaway with family and friends. So why not give the Caribbean islands a break? Keep your money in your pocket, starting as low as $99. This 2-bedroom, 2-bath is spacious and has a picturesque lake view. Enjoy exquisite dining, the water park, and children's activities. Get rejuvenated. Book your trip today. Call now and save 1-800-610-0459. That's 1-800-610-0459 on account number 513-402-95073. Once again, 513-402-95073. Westgate Resorts.
Cooler Runnings Restaurant, in association with Cargill Community Project, presents our annual free Community Day initiative and give back. To be held at Cooler Runnings Restaurant, 1802 Nerid Avenue, at the corner of Wickham and Nerid Avenues in the Bronx. On Saturday, June 11th, starting from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., featuring Minister Jabez, Kokodoo, Imani Tyson, and many more. We'll also be featuring 3 live bands, the Jenna Roots Band, Pete the Drummer and Drummer Squad, and Island Steel Band. A live broadcast on Future FM Radio 98.9 FM. Music by DJ Ray Ray from Royal Radio. Your MCs for the evening will be Lady D and Patrick Tyson. This event is sponsored by Cooler Runnings Restaurant, CJ Robbins Realestate.com, Corey's Eats Restaurant, Irie Dale, Chippy the Taxman, Sheffy 2 Restaurant, Express Forms and Documents, Bronxwood International Church of God, The Good Neighbors Community Outreach Agency, Sea Lounge, and Dirty Club. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cooler Runnings Restaurant and the Cargill Community Project annual event. Make it a date, bring the entire family out. It's going to be great. See you there.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do delivery from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.